Hello and welcome to my tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you through a series of videos how to make a Java login page, or not a page, just a graphical user interface login menu for your applications. So go ahead, I'm using Java, I'm using Eclipse Enterprise Edition IDE, but you could use a standard IDE development kit. You could also probably follow along with NetBeans. In this I'm going to be building with a JPanel, panels and buttons, menus and that, and I'm going to show you something quite cool that a lot of people don't know. And then we're eventually going to build an SQL database and login like that. I'll also show how to make like a text-based login using text files, but we'll get to that. Let's first build the interface. So go ahead and create a new Java project and let's call it login. And then under source, new class, and let's just call it login. So here, let me just go ahead. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is I want to import java.awt.everything and then import javax.swing.everything, and from here I want to start building objects, because we need to make them available to this class and nothing else. So let's go ahead and say private JFrame, private static, JFrame, and then we're just going to call it frame, and then private static JPanel, northPanel, because we're going to use some layouts, private static JPanel, centerPanel, private static JPanel, southPanel. And now what else do we need? We need a private static JLabel, JLabel, headingLabel, private static JLabel, usernameLabel, private static JLabel, passwordLabel, and just remember to add a semicolon, private static JTextField, usernameField, private static JTextField, oh no, sorry, not JTextField, JPasswordField, passwordField, and what else? Private static JButton login. Okay. Now that we've got that, also one thing I want to add, because I keep forgetting this piece of code, this comes in handy. I'll demonstrate this later. And then public void start, and then I want to have private static void build login. I keep messing around with my trackpad. So what's going to happen is this is going to be initialized from outside, because we don't want anything else to be able to initialize the logins. And from that, we're going to, because it's in the same class, only things that are private can be accessed from within the class. So we're going to go here, we're going to say new login, and then what did I say? Build login. There we go. Okay, now here we're going to build objects. So let's just say build objects. We'll initialize them in a more appropriate manner just now. So for now, frames equal to new JFrame. We're not going to give any titles. northPanel equal to new JPanel. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this, make my life easier. centerPanel, a new JPanel, southPanel, new JPanel, make my life easier. centerPanel, a new JPanel, southPanel, 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 new JPanel, What else do we have? We have labels now, so heading labels equal to JLabel. And let me just copy this so that I don't have to keep writing it out. I hate repeating code. And username labels new JLabel, password labels new JLabel, username fields new text field, and then I won't copy that because the password field is not a JText field. Field is equal to new JPassword field, like that, and login button, login button is equal to new JButton. Okay, wait, hold on, what do we? Okay, let's just correct this over here. I don't put BTN for button, I always name it short. And now let's also go ahead and make a new comment here, panels, and hold on, let's not do panels first, let's do labels. So you'll see what I mean here is like a heading label is equal to new, sorry, it's not equal, it's dot set text. Damn, I'm really messing up today, I don't know why. Set text to login, and heading label dot what shall we make the foreground? Let's make it dot set foreground color, and then we're not just going to use standard colors. What we're going to do is we're going to make our own color. So we're going to say new color, and then brackets RGB, red, green, blue. So we want it to be white, so we'll just say 255. You could also just say color.white, or what you can choose what you want to do. And we always want to make heading label dot set visible true, so that it forces it to be displayed. Now username, actually what we're going to do here, we're just going to copy all of this because this is quite annoying writing this again and again and again. So I'm just going to say username, and then as all here just put like 3 spaces, so 1 2 3 1 2 3 password, there we go, like that, so that it's not right up against the frame. Now let's do, oh, and one thing, we don't want these to be white, so 50, let me just change all of this to 50. That makes it a nice acceptable color, it's not too hard on the eyes. Okay, now let's do the fields. Okay, so the username field dot set, what do we want to set with this? Actually we don't even need to do anything with that. In fact, no, we don't. So let's just buttons, loginBtn dot set text to login, and then loginBtn dot set visible label, we want that to be visible. And now let's add the stuff to the panels. So we're going to say let's give it a comment, panels, and then north panel we want to add the heading label. So there we go, the heading label is now added. And then for center panel, where all our stuff is going to go, this is where it gets a bit interesting. We want to say username field label, sorry. And what I'm going to do is just copy this because it's going to be faster. So I really like coding as quickly as possible. I hate having to rewrite code many times. How long are we going into this video now? Let's just double check. We are okay, so let me just finish this part, and then we will continue in part 2. Password label, and whoops, So this will be passwordField. So keep watching and watch the second part. I'm going to